What's up, guys? This is Tomcat from TC9700 Gaming, and it is time for a drift battle. Today's drift battle is going to be the Mercedes SLS AMG against the Corvette ZR1. This was a pretty good battle. I had a pretty good time drifting these cars. You'll notice right out of the gate in the first corner, the SLS it's easy to get sideways, but it has a hard time holding angle. Which I found quite interesting, to be honest. I thought it would be a lot better at holding angle. And something I want to point out is that both of these cars are stock. In any of these drift battle videos that I do, the cars are going to be completely stock. So, if there's anything that seems to be poor technique, it's not poor technique. You can go look at my other videos. It's just the fact that these cars are stock. And trying to drift cars that are stock is sometimes difficult. But anyway, this SLS, it's actually great at initiating drifts, but does a poor job sometimes of holding drifts. I notice it's better in small, tighter corners like that. This corner, though, it did manage to hold a drift throughout the entire corner, and it does look really great when you're holding this car in a drift, because it's an absolutely beautiful car. I love the SLS AMG, and I know a lot of people out there are with me on that. That is just an absolutely beautiful car, and it's quite fun to drive. Now, this uphill part was tricky to make it drift well, because for some reason the back end does not want to go out on that uphill section. It does do very well, however, on this tight section. I noticed the SLS does drift very well in these tight sections. And we're getting pretty close to the finish line now, and I would probably rate the SLS probably on a drifting scale out of 10. I'd probably give it a 7 because it is fun. It is a lot of fun to drift, and but it kind of suffers in the long corners. Now it's time for the Corvette ZR1. Now the ZR1 has a bit more power. And it does a lot better of a job of putting the power down when you drift in long sweeping corners. Now, that's probably due to the fact that the ZR1 is supercharged, so it gets that little extra bit of boost while you're drifting. You can see it's already starting to hold angle a lot better than the SLS did throughout longer corners. And I really enjoyed drifting the ZR1. I enjoyed drifting the SLS as well, but I found the ZR1 to have a little bit more of a fun factor to it while I was drifting. It just seemed to have that little bit of extra fun to it that made it stand out over the SLS. Definitely looking good through these corners right here. The little S-bend. Again, it does a great job through this sweeping corner. It takes almost the exact same line as the SLS did, except the line was a bit cleaner and it was closer to the inside of the corner. And that's what you want to do when you're drifting, just to make it look good. Stay close to the inside of the corner. Keep your nose as close to the inside of the corner as possible. It was a lot easier to get the ZR1 to drift on this little uphill curve, and you'll notice I was actually able to maintain it throughout the entire corner right here, which wasn't very difficult at all, to be honest, in this car. The SLS was actually quite difficult to maintain angle in, but not this. It was quite easy. It felt like it was sort of built for this. And on the whole, I think I'd give the ZR1 probably an 8 out of 10, just because of the whole fun factor to it. Very enjoyable, fun car to drift, and I suggest you try both these cars out.